Kibono Biwott, na hapa kwamba nitakuwa mwaminifu kwa Jamhuri ya Kenya na kuitumikia kwa moyo wangu wote, na kwamba nitahifadhi, nitailinda na kutetea katiba ya Kenya kwa mujibu wa sheria iliyowekwa. Ewe Mwenyezi Mungu nisaidie.
NICHOLAS BIWOTT, a name synonymous with power, mystery and influence in Kenya, a man who held sway in the corridors of politics, business and even the national physique, known as the total man of Kenyan politics. Biwott's life was one of secret alliances and controversies, yet few knew how his final days would unfold, cut short in the midst of it all. In the final years of his life, NICHOLAS BIWOTT became a reclusive figure, the powerful businessman and politician, once a key player in President Daniel Arap Moi's regime, was facing his mortality. But as with his life, even his death was shrouded in enigma. Born in 1940, NICHOLAS BIWOTT rose through the ranks of Kenya's political elite. He served as the Minister of State for Public Service and was a close confidant of President Moi. His rise wasn't just political, he also amassed vast wealth with businesses spanning across industries. His name became synonymous with Kenya's rolling establishment. But with power came enemies. Biwott was accused of manipulating the system for personal gain, earning him a reputation as a figure of controversy. His political rivals considered him ruthless, but others admired his calculated precision.
I saw him as a person who had very critical thinking, serious thinking, and giving out possible solutions to issues affecting members of the public. I caught this when he was interacting and talking with the president and other ministers, and I saw a person who was a quick thinker. I saw a person who was result-oriented in thinking, and I saw a person who loved his constituents.
Mheshimiwa Biwott alihudumu kwa nchi hii tangu 1961 na aliwahi kuwa dio, pia aliwahi kuwa msaidizi wa Rais Moi, pia baadaye akawa mjumbe, mbunge, akawa waziri ambaye alijitolea kufanya kazi. Na hata hivi majuzi kama Biwott alikuwa hayuko bunge na si waziri, alikuwa anatutembelea sehemu hii ya Bomet na kutusaidia kwa mambo kadhaa, hasa maharambee. Biwott aliendelea kufanya hiyo.
As the political winds shifted after Moi's departure from the office in 2002, Biwott's influence began to wane. The public figure, known for his charisma and power, was now a shadow of his former self. Rumors swirled about his involvement in various scandals, including the 2002 presidential election, where he supported then President Mwai Kibaki, but was quietly sidelined.
To understand the personal life of Honorable Biwott, I believe that not many of us, even in the cabinet, had the opportunity to know much about Honorable Biwott, and the way what we know is his official functions, to which he was committed tremendously.
By the early 2010s, NICHOLAS BIWOTT was no longer the powerful figure he once was. His health was deteriorating. For a man who had once seemed invisible, the relentless march of time had caught up with him. His battle with cancer became more pronounced, and his last years were spent out of the public eye. On the 11th of July 2017, NICHOLAS BIWOTT passed away at the age of 77. His death marked the end of an era in Kenyan politics. His funeral was attended by a who is who of Kenyan and international political figures, a testament to his influence even in death.
I and all my grandchildren and even my daughters, we are here to thank God that we were allowed the privilege of being his family, of living in his shadow, and all of us were influenced by his very high, noble standard.
East Africa has lost one of his dedicated sons. He has been so much dedicated to East Africa. So in that fateful meeting, where we almost not going to get an agreement, and it would have been a shame on my part, kwamba I chaired a meeting that failed. Lakini through his wisdom we were able to get to that agreement. Na kwa Kenya ni kumshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu kwa kuwapeni miaka 77 ya kuishi na kupata mchango na ndugu Biwott.
Though Biwott's legacy is contested, his death left a void in the political landscape of Kenya. The true extent of his influence and the secret he took with him remain a topic of debate. Nicholas Biwott's life was defined by his ability to navigate the complex web of power, wealth and politics. As the man once known as the Total Man fades from memory, one thing remains certain: the forces he shaped, the alliances he forged, and the impact he had on Kenya's history are undeniable. His death was not just the end of a life, but the closing chapter of an era. Felix Wandera for Newstime TV.